Good morning, guys. Quick look at the Bitcoin chart today because it is looking very bleak at the minute. It is pretty much dragging the entire market down with it, and it is not ideal. I want to throw two scenarios at you. I want to throw you some levels where you could buy, including a bearish scenario with a potential bottom, and then we'll have a look at some bullish price action to see what could potentially go on. So today's candle, this is a 3-day candle. In fact, it's looking absolutely horrific. We're doing really well. We're managing to maintain this level at 46,000 as support for pretty much the entire December. Anything down towards that region got pretty much heavily bought up. We did get a pump up to 52k, but it got sold straight off into that horrific 3-day candle, and again a very similar candle. It is looking like now we are going to backfill the entire dip that we had on the 3rd of December down to 41,800. That is a region where we are coming down. We're not too far off now, currently 42,600. You would have thought that we do fill this. If we do not bounce though, and we continue to drop, there's a couple of levels down here I've got marks up in blue at 39,600 and 37,500. I just want to flip to the perp chart because I've got a bit of a scenario set up. This is a bearish and bullish scenario, really. This is a bearish setup that I've got, but we've got a left shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. You got a neckline around here at 53k. I mean, you could call it 52k where we rejected last time. Also, if you just put a moving averages on, we've had a bearish cross on a 50 and a 20 here, which is a lagging indicator. It tells you something that's pretty much already happened. The bearish price action did pretty much start there on the 9th of November, and it did continue to drop, and that's why we've seen that bearish moving averages crossover. A couple of key levels. So the bullish scenario from this perspective is that we come back down to this level here, which is a key level. If you look back in the past at 40k, we rejected off there back in January 2021. Rejection, support here on that 25th September when we did get that major rally where we formed that head, and now we are coming back down to test this level of support, which would be the lows currently. So that's at 40k. That's a level where we could come down and tap. Just looking at our RSI, it's around 35%, so that's fairly low. Last time it was here, pretty much the same level. If we just put the ray on there, look at that. So last time it was here, we bounced and went on to create some new all-time highs. There's a good possibility that could happen again. We could now. We've completed a full retracement at move in terms of RSI, and we could really start to push on and go on. So that's a bullish case scenario. We'll come back down, test this level, sweep the lows, and then push on and create some new all-time highs over the course of the next few, maybe 3 to 4 months. Bearish scenario is we actually complete a full head and shoulders pattern, which is a bearish pattern. So we have a left shoulder, a head, a right shoulder, and then you usually get a dump. If a dump did occur, you would look to test all these wicks down here, which is at 28 to 30k region. That is an area where you could potentially get some orders filled, but I'm more in favour of this bullish scenario. I think that it's getting towards a time now where mass adoption is starting to occur. You can't see it from the offset, but looking at it now, a lot of mainstream companies are starting to adopt Bitcoin. You got, even over in the UK, you're starting to see companies and people accept Bitcoin. I think this is the major start of mass adoption, in my opinion. And if you're looking at his pricing and you're thinking, oh, this is the end, it's not. Just have a zoom out and look at that. The end was, remember back in March of last year when we had that COVID dump and we dropped down to $3,000, everybody all thought that was it. And look at the rise we've had since, a monumental rise. This drop here in total from the highs to the current lows, we've done a 39% drop, which is, it's not majorly over the top. It's felt bad because it's really dragged alts down with it, and it's felt shit. You can't get away from that. Emotionally, it's hard to detach yourself away from it when you are losing money. But for me, back in 17, this is when I made so much money, 2018, just by holding, buying the fear, because the crypto fear and greed index is currently on its ass. If you look at that, it's down at 15, so that's crazy. And I cannot emphasize this enough. Buy the fear, sell the greed. That's all you have to do. You can literally, if you're a long-term investor, you can use this majorly to your advantage. So check it out. It's on alternative.me. Then go to /crypto/fear and greed index. But back to the price of Bitcoin. We'll go back to those levels that I mentioned earlier on. we'll go down to a lower time frame, so we'll check the daily time frame, and these levels come some major levels for support where we wick down here past them and use them as a base for support. If you look here, it was a base of support before it major rally up, a base of support before it rally up, so it does show that's a key level on both of those. And again, it pretty much here. Let's see what happens. There's a good potential that we could now drop to this region and form a bit of sideways chop before we either drop to this level at 39,400, consolidate, and then drop to this level at 37,000. That's a couple of levels. Or we just get a major death candle and we come down and test these lows down here at that 37, 38k, or even down to 29k regions down here. So that's the major bearish scenario that could be in play. If it happens and you are underwater on your alts, personally, if the fundamentals are still strong on that asset, I wouldn't worry about it. It's going to look bad on your USD balance. Flip it to Bitcoin values, it seems a bit better, but you still hold the same amount of crypto, and like I say, fundamentally, if there's nothing wrong, the price action will return at some stage. It always does. It moves up in waves and it moves down in waves, and all it is opportunities to buy in if you are still fundamentally sound on the assets that you're purchasing, and that includes Bitcoin as well. So those three levels are the levels that we need to look to monitor, and then just be aware of this big fat juicy level liquidity down here. Bit of a bullish case. If we need to flip back bullish, we really need to start reclaiming these EMAs up here. So first one would be probably claim this level of support at 46,000, get back above that. Then we've got a level of resistance at 49,600. Flip that and then flip this moving average 50, and then we'll probably get a bullish cross somewhere around here potentially, maybe a little bit sooner hopefully, towards mid-Feb, late March. Get that crossover and we'll obviously start to see some regain some bullish price action. But that's really it for today. That's the thoughts from me on what I think could happen in a bullish and a bearish case scenario. Just looking at the daily RSI there, actually, it is low again. Last time was low here. We did a push to the upside. Last time was low here, which is lower actually. We pushed to the upside. Low here, push to the upside. You get where I'm coming from. Use the RSI to your advantage, and it is whenever the fear is low, or should I say when extreme fear, whenever the RSI is low, these are great times to buy. Just buy in the market. Even if you buy here and it drops, for example, if you manage to buy at this level and it drops, buy here and it drops, buy here and it drops, you're still going to get an average order, which will then give you a nice base to push up. So just don't worry. Do not worry about it at all. Just a quick video from me here, just telling you some levels that you could look to monitor to accumulate, or some levels to take profit in. Just a general bit of advice there from me. If you are new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed. If you want any more content like this on a daily basis, go and check my Patreon out as well. I've got a Patreon with a Discord server where we've got a lot going on. If I just drag this across, actually, this is my Discord server where I do daily analysis in here, general group chat, coin of the day, Bitcoin analysis. We have an alpha button there if you're looking for any token metrics. Ask me anything, all sorts going on here. We have my portfolio section, new projects, metaverse, dot parachains. You get the score. There's a lot going on and a lot of people taking advantage of it. So go ahead and check it out. That's it from me. I'll catch you next time.